Hello everyone, this is one of the most striking before and after transformations. And it's all thanks to the weed harvester. There's plenty of equipment out there built just to deal with trash. Let's take a look at the most powerful machines and facilities that make our planet hundreds of times cleaner. This isn't science fiction, it's an aquatic weed remover in action. Dense underwater growth that was once uncontrollable can now be cleared easily. Now, a powerful machine with 3 blades slices through algae in seconds, diving up to 1.5 meters deep. And the best part? It cleans up as it goes. All the weeds are collected in a compartment, no trace left behind, just pristine water. The lake is transformed right before your eyes. Simply amazing. This guy is not some madman. In fact, he's doing something useful for everyone who comes to this beach. With his odd-looking machine, which looks a bit like a lawnmower, he's cleaning the sand. Many people don't even realize that sand can get polluted too. In fact, there are companies worldwide producing machines designed specifically to clean beaches. The device works like a giant sieve. It traps all the tiny debris and returns soft, clean sand to the beach. Take just one barefoot walk after it's been through, and you'll feel as if you're walking on silk. Thanks to the machine, not a single pebble can dig into your foot. Like a vacuum cleaner that mercilessly devours dust, or a whale gliding through the ocean with its mouth wide open, swallowing everything in its path. That's how this snowblower works. By the time drivers even notice the snow, it's already cleared away, leaving clean asphalt behind it, as if winter never touched it. Have you ever wondered why some tunnels look so spotless? The answer is simple. They're cleaned by an octopus. Not a real one, of course, but a special cleaning truck developed by the company Colas. It got its unusual name from its brush arms that resemble tentacles. These brushes spray detergent and then scrub the ceiling and walls at the same time. In just one run, the truck can polish more than 300 meters of a tunnel to a shine, making it look as if a brand new surface has been laid inside. Amsterdam is a city where more than half of the population gets around by bike. It's an eco-friendly choice, but it does have its downsides. Bikes often end up in the city's canals, much more often than you might think. That's why, since the 1960s, there's been a company dedicated to retrieving them from the water. Here, fishing is done in a rather unconventional way, using a huge claw. Each year, around 15,000 bikes are retrieved from the canals. It might just be the only spot in the world where your chances of catching a bicycle are higher than catching a fish. Maintaining waterways isn't just about keeping the route clear, it's also about keeping it clean. Excessive algae and water hyacinths can disrupt navigation and damage the ecosystem. That's where specialized equipment comes in. Think of it like weeding a garden, only on water. The human's role is mainly to guide and monitor, while the machine does all the heavy work, precisely, methodically, and tirelessly. This machine resembles a giant metal spider. With the finesse of a spider weaving its web, it removes all the trash from ditches and mows the grass at the same time. Thanks to its 3 wheels, it stays stable even on slopes, and the rotating cabin gives the driver excellent visibility. It's amazing to see such an innovative machine designed just for ditch cleaning. Underwater garbage and weeds don't stand a chance. It's open season. Once this water tractor enters the scene, it stalks its target like a predator and traps it in its strong grip. The waste won't get away now, leaving the waters clear for boats to move with ease. Say goodbye to these old tyres. They're about to be reduced to tiny bits. What else can you do with them? Burning or hoarding them isn't safe for the environment. Shredding, on the other hand, gives them a new purpose. A giant shredder mercilessly chews through everything it gets, producing useful materials in the process. Rubber crumbs, metals, and fabrics can all be recycled, helping to reduce both resource consumption and pollution. Built to destroy, the shredder actually saves the planet. Here's what true ocean detoxing looks like. A few passes with this machine and the water regains its clean, natural appearance. Scenes like these give hope and comfort to eco-activists and everyone who cares about the planet. You barely blink, and ditches are already swallowed up by weeds until you can't even see the water anymore. Luckily, there's a solution. Check out how it works. In one motion, this machine pulls out thick clumps of weeds. It's like a mini excavator that rips them out by the roots. The special attachment looks like giant rakes and handles the task with ease. The concept is simple, the execution clear, but the results are impressive. It's no secret that manhole covers don't just collect water, they also catch all kinds of debris. And that often causes major problems. When the drains get clogged, the water can't flow away. The water stops draining, and that's when experts arrive. Bringing a machine that shoots water at high pressure to clear the clogs. The powerful jet doesn't just wash away debris, it blasts everything in its path like a cannon. Build-up, branches, grease, any clog is cleared in minutes. If the manhole could sigh, it would breathe a huge sigh of relief after this treatment. First, we taught drones to fly, and now they can swim too. This compact autonomous drone isn't just capable of diving, it can carry out sophisticated operations, such as inspecting ship hulls, spotting leaks, and following designated targets. It's become so popular in the diving community that some use it for noble causes, like removing debris from the seabed. It makes an excellent assistant, especially for tasks that are good for the environment. Every autumn it's the same story. Time to rake the leaves. People pile them up, breathe a sigh of relief, only to realize they still have to get rid of the pile itself. Well, someone has finally come up with a service to take care of that. It's basically just a giant vacuum cleaner, but the idea is brilliant. They charge by the minute, though there's no need to worry. For instance, that pile measuring 3 by 4.5 meters was cleared in only 4 minutes. Who even cares about the cost? The important thing is that you don't have to stuff leaves into bags by hand anymore. To reduce waste, people came up with recycling. Aluminium and steel are true champions of sustainability. They can be recycled endlessly without losing quality. That's why it's so important to recycle cans. Their journey doesn't end there. First, they're sorted, then pressed into cubes of crushed cans, which travel down the conveyor belt straight to the shredder. Sharp blades tear cans apart. But this tough treatment is necessary. The shredded aluminium pieces will be sorted and sent back into the furnace. The result is a fresh ingot that can be turned into 1.5 million new cans. That's how aluminium keeps circulating in production. Everyone knows that feeling when you take a breath of city air and realize how dusty it is. Luckily, this machine can fix that in no time. Think of it as a gentle summer rain on demand. Its versatile sprayers release plain water that settles the dust and freshens the air. The machine offers several spray options, including a fine mist. It can wash streets, water lawns, clean the air, and even put out fires if needed. Its multitasking abilities are truly impressive. This isn't a race, but this snow remover looks like it just rolled off the set of Fast and Furious. Watch as it hurls tons of snow to the roadside in seconds, leaving a perfectly clear path behind. Its special guard keeps pedestrians and cars safe from the flying snow. At this speed, it could probably clear the whole city in just a couple of hours. We've always thought of window cleaning as dangerous work high above the ground. Luckily, drones have changed that. In many countries, unmanned devices have been handling window washing for years. A thin hose delivers water at such high pressure that even the toughest grime doesn't stand a chance. Drones can go where people can't. They wash building walls and rooftops, polish road signs until they gleam, and even scale skyscrapers. Let's be real, have you ever thought that these things actually need washing? What's the easiest and most popular way to help the environment? Plant more greenery. A few decades ago, this meant hard physical labor, but not anymore. Modern technology has made it much simpler. Now you can just launch a drone loaded with seeds into the sky and relax while it does the work. Artificial intelligence will track plant growth and analyze the ecosystem, then drop a box of seeds in the right spot. A single drone can release 250,000 of these containers in a day. Not all modern technology harms the planet. Some machines are actually helping to save it. this look like something from the distant future? And yet, it's already here. This modern cleaning machine isn't just stylish, it's 10 times more efficient than the old ones. It's much quieter, saves energy, and can clean 30,000 square meters on a single charge. The robot is autonomous and handles almost everything by itself. In simple terms, it's a high-tech broom, and it's absolutely awesome. If trash had nightmares, they'd probably look like this. A giant, powerful vacuum cleaner that can clear an entire festival field in just minutes. This three-wheeled machine is highly maneuverable, yet gentle enough not to damage the grass or leave any marks. And it can hold up to 10 cubic meters of waste. Imagine how many hours it would take people to do the same job. Actually, don't bother imagining. Why would you when such a cool helper already exists? Water intake grids at reservoirs often get clogged with natural debris. Back in 2008, a company in Norway developed a clever machine that keeps them clean. The small machine moves along rails on the dam, reaching into the water with a claw to remove the largest debris. Like a comb, it slowly and thoroughly sweeps the grid, clearing everything that's blocking it. Ever wondered why roads and train tracks survive even the heaviest downpours? The secret is stormwater drains. They handle most of the water, but if they get blocked, it becomes a problem. That's when crews with a specialized vacuum truck come to the rescue, sucking up the waste and making sure rainwater can drain properly. Clearly, this isn't the easiest job, but these guys know they're doing something vital for everyone's safety. Here they are, real-life heroes with their awesome machines. Water pollution remains a serious issue, but this giant is here to help. The rescue machine slowly moves across the water, while beneath the surface, its deadly tools are already at work, blades slicing through algae and a conveyor collecting all the floating debris. From now on, garbage has only one route, to the shoreline and the landfill. Boats won't struggle through the muck, they'll slide smoothly over the glassy surface. That's the way it's meant to be. You wouldn't believe how much garbage piles up on a busy beach every single day. At Lake Tahoe, they discovered an unusual way to tackle the problem. Hundreds of people used to clean the beach manually for years, until this tiny helper arrived. Fully electric and solar-powered, it can clean over 3,000 square meters in just an hour. The mini cleaner is controlled with a remote, making it feel like playing with an RC car. But in reality, it's carefully removing debris from the sand and providing a true lifeline for the lake's ecosystem. A robot vacuum doesn't surprise anyone these days, but what about this one? This little guy works tirelessly cleaning boats underwater. The Italian company Keel Crab has created not just a robot, but an intelligent underwater cleaning system. With its camera and lighting, you can keep an eye on the whole process remotely. The crawler-style robot attaches to the ship's hull, and cleaning starts at the touch of a controller. It's hard to imagine divers once had to do this manually. Thankfully, this small robot has taken over such a tough job. This machine may not be built for speed, but when it comes to efficiency, it's second to none. It's not just about cleaning up waste, it's reshaping the river itself. Small as it may seem, it has immense strength. Piles of trash have been holding back the water, but now the flow has been restored and the river is much wider. In fact, a single run of this machine likely saved the surrounding homes from flooding. Who would have thought it could do all of that? Robots are taking over human jobs, but luckily, the kind no one really wants. In China, machines patrol the streets, sweeping litter to the edges and funneling it under a vehicle equipped with a high-powered vacuum that sucks up leaves, wrappers, and other debris in an instant. It carefully cleans the road behind itself, so no dust gets kicked up. You might be thinking, so where's the driver? The answer, there isn't one. This street sweeper on wheels is fully autonomous. While it cleans, people can focus on things that are actually interesting. Shine the asphalt until it gleams? Why not? That's exactly what the inventors of this machine had in mind when they created their large brush attachment for excavators. The main selling point? Versatility. This machine can handle any cleaning task. Any perfectionist would want to see equipment like this in their city. Not even the best street cleaner can compete with this machine. Fully electric, it sweeps and vacuums with just the push of a couple of buttons. The driver just rides around the city while all the hard work happens outside the cabin. With a top speed of only 40 km per hour, it may seem slow, but deploy several of them in the city and the streets will look brand new. Even the messiest areas can be made spotless with this powerhouse at work. A road overgrown with moss can look hopeless, but bring in a truck with a high-pressure washer, and within minutes the asphalt seems to come back to life. The water doesn't just wash away the grime, it literally pushes out debris and years of moss. No brushes or chemicals needed, and the machine restores the street to a perfectly clean state. Have you ever seen a sea garbage collector? If not, here it is. Small but incredibly useful. While people keep polluting the oceans, this little helper quietly picks up bags, cans, branches, anything that shouldn't be floating in the water. In just one voyage, it can haul dozens of kilograms of trash. If fish could talk, they'd surely say thanks. When too much silt builds up on the riverbed, moving through it becomes impossible. That's when the silt pusher boat comes to the rescue. A special grid dips about a meter into the water, scooping up organic sludge. With a width of around 4.5 meters, the mechanism can grab a large amount of deposits in one go. And thanks to its unusual shape, it gently guides the silt out of its old resting place, rather like politely showing the door to guests who have overstayed their welcome. Imagine powerful water jets instead of harmful chemicals. Under high pressure, they can blast through even the toughest clogs and reach deep into pipes for tens of meters. The secret is simple. The water pulls the hose along, and like a snake, it winds its way forward, sweeping away all the grime in its path. Clean, effective, and completely eco-friendly. Vegetable scraps, tree cuttings, and rotten food. What do you call them? Garbage, right? And in a way, that is correct. But this is no ordinary trash, it's organic. In Canada, a major company used to gather this waste and transform it into something valuable. On an area of nearly 40,000 square meters, there were storage facilities, sorting stations, and processing machines. The waste was sorted, shredded, and left to decompose for several months. Over time, it turned into compost. This is how a single operation turned waste from something disgusting into something useful. You often see a lot of trash floating on the water. Inventors in the Netherlands decided it was time to help the environment, and they came up with this. A small robot inspired by a shark mimics the shape of its body. In a single day, the shark robot can collect 500 kilograms of trash all on its own. All it needs is a set route, and it works completely autonomously. Even people who are terrified of sharks won't be scared of this cute cleaner. After all, it won't harm anyone, it's just here to help. A Chinese company is revolutionizing urban cleaning. They've developed over 40 types of equipment, each looking straight out of the future. These machines sweep and wash streets, clean trash bins, collect leaves, and handle tasks that would take ordinary cleaners hours to complete. Small yet maneuverable, they move smoothly through dense urban traffic and clean so well that the streets look immaculate. It almost feels like the pavement glitters more than the shop windows. Water won the showdown against the clog, no contest. The battle was tough, with solid concrete standing in its way. Yet, even then, the relentless force of water prevailed. In just a few minutes, the pipe was practically spotless. Imagine a world where all waste turns into energy. Well, we're actually getting there. In 2022, India opened a facility that generates power from garbage. Every day it burns 2,000 tons of waste, converting the heat into electricity, enough to power around 420,000 100-watt light bulbs at the same time. Yes, even trash can be useful. Facilities like this could make a real difference for our planet.